quick. There we go. That's a little better. Exercise 4 is going to be a higher speed emergency stopping. We're going to do around 40 miles an hour and come to a complete stop. With this increased speed comes increased energy. The real reason why braking distance increases so dramatically is kinetic energy. The formula for kinetic energy is shown here, where m equals mass and v equals velocity. Notice something critical. Speed is squared. That means when you double the speed, it's 4 times the energy. You triple the speed, it's 9 times the energy. Remember, the brakes don't stop speed, they remove energy. Why does this matter on a motorcycle? If you go from trying to stop at 20 miles an hour to trying to stop going 40 miles an hour, you don't just double the stopping speed, you quadruple the energy the brakes need to remove. That's why our braking box moves so dramatically. At 20 miles an hour, you might stop around 20 feet. At 40 miles an hour, it's going to require 80 feet. This is why riders are so shocked when they first measure real stopping distances. The contact patch, or the friction, is mostly constant. Your tire can only generate a certain amount of grip. Of course, that grip depends on tire compound, surface condition, weight on the tire, and then the coefficient of friction. Just remember, grip doesn't increase just because speed increases. So we have energy that increases exponentially, but the friction force staying roughly constant. The result is it takes much longer distance to remove that energy. So in exercise 4, we'll be using the same technique. We'll have more speed means more weight transfer, and then more weight transfer means more available front grip. You'll feel the front brakes compress even deeper, and you have to trust it. Again, we're going to do a nice smooth squeeze, then go maximum pressure, come to a full stop. And of course, we'll measure the distance. Here's a nice graph showing all the different speeds and the braking distance. All right, we are all set up to do 40 mile an hour braking. We'll make a U-turn up here. Usually totally deserted street. Of course, when I come, there's 20 trucks here, so get to 40, brake, downshift, and that is 80 feet. Brake, U-turn. Again, we're going to come down here, make a U-turn, get it going 40 miles an hour. We'll do brake. There's 40. Brake. And that's about 87. 80 is the expected. It's what we're shooting for. So, of course, we do have a little bit of reaction time. I'm trying to get all the way to the cone before I start. But still, we should still shooting for around that 80-foot mark. And like I said, my normally totally deserted street is full of cars today. There's 40. Brake. There we go. try to be a little bit more aggressive here. I did do a little rear brake that time. Probably don't need to since I have linked brakes, so I'll try to concentrate on just doing the front. And there's a car coming out, so I will U-turn right here. Going. There's 40. Brake, 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 brake. Smooth last 10 feet. So that is about 82 getting. And here's first gear, second gear, third gear. There's 40. Stop, 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 stop. Brake, 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 brake. Get off. There we go. There we go. I'll take that. All right. Well, that's the 4 exercises for today. We did stops going 20 miles an hour straight ahead in a box, trying to get around that 20-foot mark, 20 miles an hour in 20 feet. The next thing we did is we did that same type of box, but we added an obstacle at the 20-foot. So we had to slow down, swerve around it, and come to a stop. Our third exercise was turn in a turn, doing about 20 miles an hour in a leaning turn. Figured we had to do an obstacle, we had to stop, so we had to slow the bike down while we're in a turn, kind of trail braking, and then before we came to a full stop, bring the bike up and come to a nice smooth stop. And then the last one was out here on this beautiful afternoon, and we did 40 miles an hour. I set up cones at 70, 80, 90, and 100 feet. The goal was to get it done within that 80-foot range. And we eventually did, so I'm happy with that. I'll keep practicing, and the next lesson we're going to do is going to be the double serpentine and then also figure eights. So we'll get those down on the next lesson. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, make any comments that you want, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Runway 6, clear for takeoff, first turn.
There we go. That's a little better.